Howdy everybody, I'm Harvey Media, and this is Harvey Media Reviews. This is just a quick video to give my reaction to the recent trailer that dropped this week, X-Men Apokolipse, the latest installment in the X-Men franchise. Out of all the superhero movies coming, and there are a lot of really big superhero movies coming, Batman vs. Superman, Captain America Civil War, Avengers 3, Suicide Squad, there are a lot of superhero movies coming down the pipeline, and there have been a lot of excitement about all of them, except for this one. Not to say that people aren't talking about it a little bit, but the conversation about the movie has taken a very specific flavor. That being unbridled hatred, bile, and negativity. People are coming up with any reason at all to hate this movie, which is funny because there hasn't been a whole lot of press on this movie at all so far. What have we seen? A few production photos. That's it. And a little bit of a teaser that was leaked from Comic-Con that was pulled off the internet almost immediately. I didn't even see it before I saw this trailer. So we saw a couple of production photos that had some really weird-ass costumes that are going to be in the movie, and Apokolipse, who looked frickin' hilarious, let's be honest. He, as everyone and their mother observed online, he looked like Ivan Ooze from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Combined with the abject failure of the Fantastic Four reboot released by the same company, 20th Century Fox, that holds the rights to the X-Men movies, people have been overwhelmingly calling for X-Men and Fantastic Four and all associated properties to be returned to the fold of Marvel. Both because they want to see Wolverine and the Fantastic Four interact with the Avengers and the greater Marvel Universe, and also because, obviously, Disney and Marvel are doing such a better job at making Marvel movies than anybody else out there, and why won't they just let everything go back to the fold? My complaint about these complaints is that y'all got a real damn short memory. People have been giving the X-Men movies crap ever since the very first film. And with two exceptions, every single time an X-Men movie has come out, it has been lauded with unbelievable amounts of praise. And when Days of Future Past was announced, what did everybody say? Oh, well, it's gonna suck because, Bryan Singer doesn't have it anymore. He left the X-Men franchise and made Superman Returns. Or, oh man, they're like throwing out the cast of First Class and replacing it with the original cast. I don't like that. And oh man, this is gonna suck and this is gonna suck. And what are they wearing? They saw production photos and the fashion sense is off. And why is it this storyline and this storyline? The movie's gonna be sexist and I don't like it. And then once it came out, what happened? It was the best, one of the best superhero movies ever made. Possibly, and I know I'm gonna get crap for this, possibly even better than The Dark Knight. It's one of the best superhero movies ever made. It's exactly the kind of superhero movie that I've been waiting to see for years. It was the kind of superhero movie that I wanted Avengers Age of Ultron to be, but clearly was not. Because Avengers Age of Ultron is the Spider-Man 3 of the Avengers franchise. Hate me all you want, that's what it is. It's just that nobody's calling it that because everybody is sucking up to Disney like there's no tomorrow. A friend of mine told me that there is once told me that there's a huge conspiracy out there where Disney is crushing any criticism of their movies, making sure all the box office and the press for all their movies is entirely positive, while at the same time throwing, or at least mostly positive, while at the same time throwing huge controversy and terrible press at other studios' movies. I don't necessarily believe that. I'm not big on conspiracies, and it looks like the behind the scenes of the 20th Century Fox Fantastic Four movie was bad enough without Disney creating stories for that. But the fact that so many people are throwing the exact same criticisms at Apokolipse now that they did at Days of Future Past when it was coming out is really bugging me. I don't know where you guys are getting these ideas from. That, oh man, the production photos look fake, so the movie's not gonna look good. Like, What if a production photo came out when Lord of the Rings was being made? What if a production photo came out of Andy Serkis and Greed with little dots on them, and everyone started screaming, "Oh man, that doesn't look like Gollum"? Of course it doesn't, because it's a movie. Photos taken on the set are not like taking footage with a digital camera, color correcting and adding CGI to everything in post. It's a process. It's a movie. Do you not understand what movie making is? And this trailer proves my point. This trailer is awesome. Just, oh man, I've watched it twice already, and I'm gonna watch it a million more times after I'm done with this, because damn, this movie looks great. Apokolipse looks a million times better than he looked in any of the trailers. You get looks at Nightcrawler, who looks just as awesome as he did in X-Men 2, maybe even a little bit more awesome. Jubilee, who is just as silly as she always looks, so that's great. You don't get much of a view of Psylocke, but that's okay. James McAvoy is going to be in it. Just the fact that he's going to be in it is good enough. Also, Michael Fassbender, who does nothing in this trailer, but just, you know, you see his face, and you're like, oh, Michael Fassbender, he's going to be great! Michael Fassbender is just a great Magneto. I don't know that I've ever seen two great actors like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen get replaced by two other actors playing the same part and it be this successful of a transfer. These guys are brilliant. You get to see that James McAvoy is bald now. You get to see that Apokolipse is a religious figure and an ancient cult leader, just like he was in the animated series. I don't know much about Apokolipse in the comics, actually, so I don't know if that's close to the comics. I do know that it's close to the animated series, very close to the animated series. And the one controversial thing that they say in this is that they say that perhaps Apokolipse is not only the first mutants, but the inspiration for all other world religions, which on the one hand is going to piss off a lot of people. Every time that I watch a trailer, that line, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh cool, and then the next two lines I was like, wait. And I think it's something that each person is going to have to make a decision about on their own. There is an element of it where you could say, oh, well, they're being offensive towards religion. They name-check the Bible, so they definitely name-check my religion in there. And that it is a little bit troubling, but at the same time, it's a fiction, and I understand that. And it's just a trailer, so we don't know what direction they're going to take that in. Maybe it's just going to be a throwaway line, in which case you need to follow that up. Or maybe it could be incredibly faith-affirming. The film could be by the end. I mean, Indiana Jones talked about how he didn't buy into all this superstitious Bible crap in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and at the end of the film, it actually is very sort of faith and religiously affirming. Also, The Last Crusade there's an element of salvation there, and perhaps there will be an element of the false god being taken down, but still saying that faith is worthy. Nightcrawler's part in the film in X-Men 2 was much about the importance of having faith. Maybe that will be in this movie as well. It's too early to say, I guess, is the only thing I can say about that. I'm sure it's going to be a controversy later on, just the way that we're wired these days, and we're so easily offended at this point. But personally, I am just excited that this movie is taking risks. My biggest complaint about Marvel movies that come out of Marvel is that they're all the same. Every single one of them has the exact same tone, the exact same personality. Most of them have exactly the same plot. So I am super excited about this movie. To my mind, the X-Men franchise as a whole, from X-Men to X-Men Days of Future Past, and probably including Apokolipse, is the best long-running superhero franchise out there right now, bar none. The stuff that they get away with in those movies, the stuff that they do, the boundaries that they keep pushing, the advancements that they keep making, are truly impressive, and I cannot wait for this movie. I cannot wait for Deadpool. I can't wait for the next Wolverine movie as well. There's been a lot of negativity about this franchise, and I just wanted to try and get some enthusiasm and some positivity about this, because I really think that the competition between 20th Century Fox and Disney right now is really producing some really good stuff. I am one of the, I think, probably only people in the universe right now who does not want 20th Century Fox to just hand the rights back to Marvel. Maybe make a deal that Hugh Jackman can show up in an Avengers movie at most, but even then I don't think Hugh Jackman would do it. So maybe James McAvoy show up in an Avengers movie, or Patrick Stewart. I don't know. But I'm super excited for this movie. Very happy, very positive thoughts. It's a superhero movie I'm most excited for next year. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below to see your thoughts on the X-Men franchise are as a whole. Also, what you thought of the trailer. Also, do you think there's a massive conspiracy where Disney's trying to silence their critics and up critics of the other companies? Or just tell me what your ideal X-Men Avengers crossover film would be. I'm Harvey Media, and I'll see you all later.
Judgments. They strain from a brain too meager to comprehend my reality. Now taste the power of